You can't visualize. What do you do? Can you manifest without seeing it? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So if you have ever had a dream or a vision for something and you're able to visualize it, you can see it, you're using your dream faculty, you're daydreaming, and then all of a sudden you just can't. Like, for example, you have a specific person and you can visualize the end goal, you can see them, you can feel them in this visualizing, and you can just feel so confident. And then they don't text you back for 3 days. So you go back to try to visualize, but now having this new evidence and condition in your reality where they're not messaging you back, it's hard for you to go into the workshop of visualizing and being able to see and feel this partner because your doubt is screaming louder than your vision is. So what do you do in these moments? Are we still manifesting what we want when we can't see it? How do we handle this? That's what we're going to talk about in this video, because I recently just had a member come into the default program who literally cannot visualize. He actually cannot see images. He has a condition called aphantasia. And another commenter on one of my videos said that she's having the same experience. So I wanted to speak directly to those who can't visualize, but also those who can, but in moments can't. What do we do then? How do we make sure that we get what it is that we desire? That's what we're going to talk about. So let's dive in. My name is Jenna, and I'm all about changing your default. So it doesn't matter to me if you can visualize or not. That's not a big part of the manifesting journey. Instead, what I want us to focus on is emotional embodiment. That's the secret to doing and having and getting what it is that you want. So when you are visualizing, or you can't visualize, but you're trying to, or you just don't have that brain wiring ability to do it, this is what happens. You still have a desire that you're going for. Even though you can't see it, you know that there's part of your reality that you would like to have improved, right? You still have a desire, you still have a vision, you're just maybe doubtful or frustrated or literally can't formulate that image in your mind. It's all good. It's all good because your desire still exists. And if you're able to write down, I would like this improvement in my life. This is what I want to be different. I want the love of my life. But you're unable to visualize it. How are you supposed to go to the end scene if you can't visualize it? You go to the end feeling. So I want you to think about, if you had your goal, this was on its way, it's already a factor, it's already done, you get to experience it, it's in the quantum field, which means it's already in your reality to some extent. It just hasn't hardened into fact, but it will. How do we make sure that it does? How do we change our thoughts into things? This is the process. So you write down your goal. You have to write down your goal. I don't care if it's on your paper or in your phone. I prefer pen to paper for the neurological reasonings, but you decide what works for you. So you write down your goal. What would you like to have happen? And then we work backwards. So it already has happened because you're able to claim it. Your dream faculty is at work for you. So you have it, you write down the goal. Now you're working backwards. How am I? How do I feel? How's my life been improved? What's been different? What's been changing? What conversations am I having with people that I love and telling them about what's going on? What's happening then? So you're writing down scenarios, or you're just writing down the feeling of that scenario. So you might not be able to see it, and you don't need to see it, but you can definitely articulate, this is the goal that I have, and how would I feel if I had this goal? How would my life be different? What conversations would I have differently with other people? How would I carry myself? And this is the pieces that you're starting to formulate. So when you do this, you're finding that feeling state. That's the most important piece. So you now embody that state without the vision. So how do you do that? How do you walk around your day and be like, I'm so confident. I'm so confident when you can't even feel it. You can't see it. You can't do anything. You have to start with right now. So what happens is when you decide that you want something, your brain automatically goes, it's in the future. And it's not in the future because the future never comes. It's always now. So what you want is now. You are abundant now. It's just not in reality that you're seeing that, but in your quantum field you are, and your quantum field is where everything comes and flows from. So the thought is the manifestation. That is the first step. If you can have the thought and then you can have the feeling, you've now accomplished step 1 and step 2. The thought was the goal, the desire you have. Step 2 is the feeling of it. Step 3 is the receiving. You are more than halfway done. You get what it is that you want. That's why instant manifestations are so possible and should become your norm, because this process is so simple. There's not a million steps. It's not that hard. There's not that many variables. The only thing you really need to worry about is that end state. How do you want to feel in life? How would you prefer to feel? And how would you feel if you already have what it is that you want? When you start to embody this is the needle mover. Because when you're in doubt, when you're in insecurity, when you're in uncertainty, when you're in, I desperately want this, but I don't know when it's going to happen. I really need it already, but it's not here. This frequency does not match up with your end state. And when you don't match up with that, you can't get differently than what you're projecting out. It's like you go to a grocery store and you want to go pick out an orange, but you go to where the apples are. And you're going, I want an orange, but you're picking up apples. You have to go to the other side of the produce section, across the way, because the apples and the oranges are in different locations. If you want success and that's your orange, but you keep picking up doubt, insecurity, impatience, you keep going to the apples. And that's why you keep getting an apple. I know these analogies are kind of far and few between, and maybe they don't help you. My mind likes analogies, and I know some of you are watching this, maybe you can't visualize that, and that's okay. That's why I'm giving you a tangible example. You can see and you know what it's like to have an apple in your hand versus what it's like to have an orange, a physical orange in your hand. You can feel that difference. In the same way, you can feel the difference between the frequency of success and excitement and joy and impatience, fearful, and frustration. They don't line up. So instead of trying to go fix your external world so that you can feel better, you have to feel better so that your external world can change. That's the secret. You keep going outside to fix your issues, where you need to fix your default so that your issues aren't even a thing anymore. You attract what it is that you want. And more so, what you believe, what you focus on, what your thoughts are. That's what you get. That's why manifestations is hard or easy, because you haven't changed that default setting. That's it. That's all we have to do. So all I want you to do and all I want you to worry about is your emotional embodiment. Feel it. Don't worry about seeing it. How would you prefer to feel? Just start there. I'd prefer to feel joyful. Okay. Then work really hard to keep that joy. But how? How do I do that when I don't get what it is that I want? I don't have what it is that I want. So how can I feel joy? I don't see that person coming in. I don't have the health yet. How can I feel joy? The difference between a person who improves their health and the person who gets more unhealthy is this state. You can be in pain and separate that physical experience from your emotional embodiment and feel hopeful, and that's going to lead you to more success in your healing journey. Or you can be in pain and keep connected your physical experience with your emotional and feel doubtful and fearful. When you can shift into hope, joy, excitement, love, peace, serenity, calm, relaxation, your body heals. But when you're stuck in, I got this diagnosis, now I'm panicked, I'm looking at the 3D reality and the data is scaring me, I'm not hopeful, I'm worried. This is the difference between you healing and not. This is the difference between you getting more money and you're not. Difference between you getting the love of your life and not. It has nothing to do with what you can see. Even in the moments you can't see it, come back to your state. You're so amazing. You get whatever it is that you want. Please come back. I'm sharing videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays just to make sure we keep you in alignment. Work on changing your default. My one-on-one coaching is there if you need it. And please always know that your comments, I read everyone and I will create videos off of them. You're my inspiration. And that really helps me out when you like or subscribe. So please continue to do so. I appreciate you and we're in this together.